Teeny, check your credit card statements because I woke up to fraud charges this morning from a purchase at Walmart at 4:30 this morning. Not one, not two, but three of them. And I know of at least 12 other of us who all had the same thing. We're pretty sure it was either Hello 82 or B Stage, but keep an eye out.
This is why it's very, very important to be fully aware of all your transactions. Look, I get it with all the subscription services that everybody has these days, all the streaming services and whatnot. It's easy to just chalk up every charge you get to your credit card as something that you're subscribed to or, have enabled auto debit on. Happens to me as well. But cases like hers in the video aren't very rare at all. So if you're fully aware of everything, spotting something that seems odd, will be much easier.
What you need to do once you reach the Target store, you simply go inside the.
Go to the Target.
Listen to me, madam. Let me finish first. You shut up and listen to me, okay? Listen to me, madam.
I just help you.
Listen,
Yes,
madam.
I'm
I
at the
think
Target
you
right now.
don't
I'm at the
have
Target.
brain, madam. Soon. You don't have brain. I think you go gift card.
Hello, which
They have
card?
you. I said Target gift card. You're not to say a word for 5 minutes, okay? Not to say a word, okay? Keep shut your mouth and listen to me. The Target store, listen to me. Not to speak a single word, okay? Ma'am, should I tell you to talk? No, listen to me. You are such an illiterate. The way you are talking, it's such an illiterate. It look like. I'm crying.
These are great. It's great that we have many people fighting back and trolling these scammers online. These guys mainly target old people who are easy targets by saying stuff like, "Hi, I'm Chris from Microsoft." Now, most people would be able to see right through them, which is why they target the elderly. Be surprised by how often this works out for them.
Now, you can try to hit that Chase money glitch if you want to. But when JP Morgan come and prosecute that, don't say I didn't tell you so. I had a motherfucker come in, he was like, "Man, I got like 50 racks. I just hit that Chase. I'm trying to get me a new C63, bro. What's good?" I work in Easton. I'm like, "Oh." I'm pre-qualing, bro. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, what you do for work? You an entrepreneur? You got a business? Like, what's going on?" He like, "Nah, bro, I just be, I be getting it type, type." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. I cannot be involved in your mischievous doings. You have to go." Then I get on TikTok and I see everybody talking about, "Oh, yeah, Chase Bank money glitch, tap in. How could you ever be so stupid? Like, to think that somebody who don't got 50,000, you ain't never seen with 50,000, probably won't ever see 50,000, can somehow put $50,000 in your bank account because they done posted it on Instagram, said tap in, bro. Y'all gotta be more mindful than that, okay? You gotta be a bit more demure than that. It's ridiculous.
Guys, if you're gonna engage in silly fraud like that, which I highly recommend you don't, please don't go to a Mercedes dealership and try to buy a brand new car just like that and say that you be on that stuff type shit. That's not the way to go about it. It's like you're asking to get arrested at that point, and if you're at that point, you very likely deserve it as well.
Thank you for calling Chase. How can I help? My account is negative $42,000. Oh, okay. Let me check your account. Okay. So I think I see the problem. You wrote a check to yourself 3 days ago, and it looks like we were unable to clear that check because you did not have the funds in your account. No, the money was in my account because I bought stuff with it. Right, so when you deposit a check, we give you an advance in good faith that the check will go through. However, this check bounced, so we had to take the funds out of your account. Okay, so put them back in. That's not really how it works. Well, I had money in my account before all of this, so where's that money? Seems like you guys are stealing from me. Okay, ma'am, the money that was previously in your account, it looks like the $34.52 will go towards the $42,000 that you owe us. Okay, well, it's not just that. My paycheck was also deposited today, and that's gone too. Yeah, so any deposits that you receive to this account will go towards fixing that negative balance. No, this is not right. I'm calling the police. They are actually already on the way to your location.
For those of you who don't know what the Chase Bank money glitch is, it started with a few viral people posting on TikTok and Instagram and whatnot, and pushing the notion that checks could be deposited at Chase Bank ATMs and at the banks, and a significant portion of the funds would be withdrawn immediately. Typically a portion of a check is available for withdrawal right before the full amount is cleared, and the time between the deposit and the availability of the funds is typically dependent on a bunch of factors, including the customer standing, their account history, and whatnot. However, some of the funds are usually available immediately, like I just said, allowing the customer to withdraw pretty crazy amounts of cash. So the fraudulent withdrawals were probably less of a free money glitch and more of an abuse feature. Doing this also gets you blacklisted from other banks too.
My credit card information got hacked for the first time in my entire life, and I'm gonna tell you what happened. I know this happens pretty frequently. Like, I hear people talking about how they had all these fraud charges and they have to cancel their credit card and get a new credit card. Basically, my husband watches the credit card like a hawk. Any purchase I make, he's like, "Why did you spend $10 at Walmart for? What did you buy?" When he saw that there were $300 charges to Costco.com, he was about to have my head. So when he asked me if I bought anything on Costco.com for $300, I was like, first of all, no. Second of all, we don't even have a Costco membership. How am I going to be buying something off of Costco.com? So then we go into kind of panic mode because we're like, well, it wasn't me and it wasn't you, and we don't have a Costco membership. So obviously someone is spending a lot of money on our credit card. And then $300 turned into $400, $500, and we were almost at $1,000 of fraud charges on our credit card. We didn't have the best phone service where we were at. What are we supposed to do? Call the bank? Drove to a place with better cell service to be able to call the bank to get that credit card shut down, because somebody out there is just super, super happy and having the best day of their life, get all this free crap. I don't know what they bought. If you're the one that sold my credit card, you're welcome. You're welcome for the $1,000 of crap that you just bought.
This is an annoying problem for anyone to deal with. However, if anything, it's good that this happened to her on her credit card. This has personally happened to me before, where my debit card info got out and essentially I never got the money back. So thankfully it wasn't a whole lot. However, with credit cards, it is much easier and not as lengthy of a process to get the money back as it would be with a debit card. Which is why I'd recommend online purchases be done with a credit card responsibly. Responsibly. Don't let lifestyle creep get to you.
Credit card fraud is the easiest way to buy things and not pay for them. Here's how criminals do it. Just remember, fraud is a terrible thing and this video is strictly educational. Firstly, they go on the dark web and buy credit card information in bulk. Next, criminals use these stolen details to order expensive things online, but they don't ship them to their own address, instead ordering to pick up in store or at a post office. Finally, they send someone else to pick up these items for them and repeat the process again and again.
Yeah, this goes back to what I was just saying earlier. If you're gonna get card info stolen, the lesser of two evils would be the credit card over the debit card. Yeah, it sucks that people just get away with this, but there's really not much that we, the public, can do about it. So at least it'll be a credit card instead of directly your money in your bank, which would happen if it was a debit card. That being said, you gotta be wary as well of employees and stores that can take your card info and sell to the dark web for these scammers to then do what he described in this video.
This is super illegal and I would never do this, but this is probably the fastest way to make $3,000 in a single day. Like I said, don't do this. This is for educational purposes only. But if you're in a bind and you got to make rent on Monday, you can do this right now. All I would do is I would go to ChatGPT and I would say, ChatGPT, what are 10 steps for a single mom to make 6 figures a year? It will give you a list of things that you can do. You basically take that stuff, expand on it in a Google Doc a little bit, and then make it a PDF, like make it look nice, like on Canva or something. Once it's done, spin up a website called like milfymom6figures.com or something like that or whatever. 6figuremilfs.com. Then I would go to Facebook groups where all these moms are hanging out. A little hack, women between 35 and 50 will pretty much buy anything. Literally anything ever. Then all you have to do is go into that Facebook group and just write a message that sounds like a human, doesn't sound like a bot, and be like, yo, ladies, like I can't believe this, but I've somehow just made 6 figures using this PDF. Like, you have to try this. Like, it's literally insane. Like, don't make it sound like a bot. Make it sound like a person. And in these Facebook groups, make it sound like it's someone else's product. And then just drop the link. And the product is going to cost $29. That's where you're going to make it. Like I said, a $29 purchase is literally a fucking no-brainer. Anyone will buy that. And if you post in like 10 Facebook groups, all you need is technically 11 people in each Facebook group to make $3,000. 11 people in 10 Facebook groups need to buy this at $29. You may need to answer your Facebook Messenger DMs or whatever and just answer questions for these people like, does this really work? Yes, it actually does. And there you go. You made $3,000. Super unethical. Do not do this. But if I had no regard for morals or ethics or anything, anything value related, this is what I would do to make money as fast as humanly possible. Like literally $3,000 in about 24 hours. But do not do this.
I mean, unethical? Yeah. Illegal? Not really. If you do want to have some morals behind it, maybe just fact check the PDF before selling it. Because really, that's what a lot of these finance gurus out there do anyway.
What's a scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore?
Hello, I'd like to get a mortgage for $1,200 a month. Okay, it says here you have no savings. Yes, because I pay $1,600 a month in rent. We're sorry, you're going to have to save $100,000 to prove that you can pay the bank $1,200 a month in a mortgage. But I currently pay $1,600 a month in rent, and I've never missed a payment. I have a perfect rental history. Sorry, that's not how it works.
Yeah, this is pretty dang crazy. There's just no two ways about it. This lady sounds Australian, so, I sympathize with her even more, given how bad the housing market in Australia is currently. But what a lot of people don't realize is that owning a home can be more expensive than renting in the long run, in the short run, in general. So, it's much riskier on the banks to let you essentially borrow that money for a property that may or may not decrease in value over time.
The seminar business is one of the worst in real estate, and you'll appreciate this because you're a real estate investor. And they get people in for the free event. All it is hype, 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 hype. I'm going to teach you how to make so much money in real estate with my proven system, 6 figures in 3 months. And then on the weekend seminar, they barely teach you anything. You can go on Bigger Pockets on a couple podcasts and learn what they teach. Then they upsell you into their mastermind. Well, the reason why you won't ever find the mastermind price online, you want to know why? Hey, Graham, call your credit card company. We'll see how much you can afford. Say you're going to start making $200,000 next year. Because with our proven strategy, you're going to start making $200,000. So call your credit card company. Oh, you got $28,000 approved? Well, it's $25,000 for the course. Me, I got $50,000 a credit card limit. It's $45,000 for me.
So it varies in price.
Varies.
How do you know this?
It's in lawsuits. And it's shared. If you really research this, you'll see it.
So people are saying that they've paid different varying amounts for the same thing based on their credit cards.
Yeah, there's even a video on YouTube where someone goes undercover and sees some of these shady practices and lying to credit card companies.
Going back to what I mentioned earlier about internet gurus, they make their money from you, not from their proven methods, not so much from that. What he says here is 100% in line with what I mentioned earlier. They're just out to milk you as much as they can. And the fact that their prices vary based on your credit card limits just shows that and just shows how scummy they can be. If you had 45 grand to spend on a course, man, just use that money to invest in something more proven and more legit. Literally do anything else other than go for these courses and pay for their next tiers and whatnot. My advice is to just stay far away from these courses because trust me, you can learn just as much, if not more, from YouTube and the internet out there. It is the best time to learn things for free. I understand the way these people package their courses and whatnot can seem enticing and a bit more clear cut, but if you just take the time, take the effort to go look for this info, you can get it without paying a single dime. That being said, buy my course in the description below to achieve financial freedom. It'll only cost your entire 401k savings. I'm only kidding, but that's all we have for today for you guys. Have a good one.